So we're diving into this paper about evaluating AI arguments, right? Sounds kind of die, but apparently it's anything but.
Exactly. It's all about how we can get machines to, argue convincingly, and more importantly, how we judge if they're doing a good job.
Like judging a robot debate team, that's a thing now?
It is now, and it's trickier than you think. These AI arguments are long, complex, and often pull evidence from all over the web.
So how do you even begin to grade something like that? Is there a rubric? A robot judge?
There is, and it involves other AI acting as judges, scoring different aspects of the argument.
Wait, AI judging AI? Is that even fair? Isn't that like a letting the fox guard the henhouse?
That's a great point. But the researchers are trying to make these AI judges as objective as possible. They're using different prompts and techniques to get a more nuanced evaluation.
So these AI judges aren't just giving a simple pass or fail.
Yep, they're looking at things like how relevant the evidence is, how well the argument is structured, and even if the AI is making things up.
Making things up, like fabricating evidence? That's a serious problem.
It is. They call it hallucination, and it's a big challenge in this field. The paper explores how to detect that.
So they needed a way to test these AI judges, right? Like a standardized test for robot debaters?
Exactly. That's where ConQRet comes in. It's a new benchmark data set they created.
A data set of robot arguments? Is that even a thing?
It is now. They scraped arguments from procon.org, a website with arguments on controversial topics.
So real human arguments used to test AI arguments? Clever.
Very clever. And they even went further, finding the sources those human arguments used to really test the AI's ability to find and use evidence.
And the results? Did the AI judges pass the test?
Well, it's complicated. The AI judges did surprisingly well in some areas, especially when it came to judging the relevance of the evidence.
So the robots could tell if another robot was using good evidence?
Pretty much. But judging the overall quality of the argument was trickier. It seems that even the best AI judges struggle with that.
So it's not quite time for robot judges to take over the debate world?
Not yet. But this research is a big step forward. It shows that we can use AI to help us evaluate AI, which is pretty meta.
You mentioned hallucinations earlier. How did they test for that?
They actually injected hallucinations into real arguments to see if the AI judges could spot them.
Like they deliberately made the AI arguments wrong?
Exactly. They replaced some sentences with false information and then saw how the AI judges reacted.
And did the AI judges catch the lies?
Sometimes. It depends on the AI judge and the type of hallucination. It's still a work in progress.
This whole thing sounds incredibly detailed. Why go to all this trouble with fine-grained evaluation?
Because a simple good or bad score doesn't tell the whole story. Fine-grained evaluation lets you pinpoint exactly what's working and what's not.
Like a detailed performance review for a robot debater?
Precisely. It helps researchers improve their AI argument systems much more effectively.
So it's not just about the final score, but the whole process?
Exactly. It's about understanding the strengths and weaknesses of both the AI arguments and the AI judges themselves.
This all sounds pretty advanced, but are there any ethical concerns? Is this just going to create more sophisticated robot trolls?
That's a valid concern. The paper does address the potential for bias in both the AI arguments and the AI judges.
So biased robots judging biased robots? That's a recipe for disaster.
It is a risk. The researchers emphasize the need for careful design and ongoing monitoring to mitigate these risks.
So it's not a simple solution, but a complex, ongoing challenge?
Exactly. It's a field that's rapidly evolving, and ethical considerations are crucial.
What's next for this research? Are we going to see robot lawyers anytime soon?
Not quite yet, but this work opens up many possibilities. They plan to explore more sophisticated AI judges and more complex argumentation tasks.
Like robot debates on even more controversial topics?
Exactly. And they also want to improve the AI judge's ability to detect hallucinations and bias.
So the quest for perfect robot debaters continues?
It certainly does, and this paper is a significant contribution to that quest.
So to wrap things up, this paper is all about creating better AI arguments and better ways to evaluate them.
Precisely. It's a fascinating look into the future of AI and argumentation, highlighting both the potential and the challenges.
That was a great discussion. Thanks for explaining this complex topic so clearly.